right, Ma, we're on the way for you to meet your biological father that you have never met before. Tell me how you're feeling right now.
I don't know what to do with myself. I got up this morning and I was just so excited. I had my devotions and it told me today to be blessed and be thankful and to be grateful, and I just laughed because that's exactly what I'm feeling today. I looked at my phone and we're exactly 45 minutes from the hotel and I cannot wait.
And we can't wait either, Ma. Yay!
Yay!
All right.
Afternoon.
How are you guys doing?
All right.
Good. Good.
Go and see right there.
Okay. This is Penny.
Hello. Hello. It is a blessing to see you today. I have waited my whole life for this. Can I introduce you to my children? Can I introduce you to my children? Well, first of all, this is my husband. This is my husband, Gregory.
Very nice to meet you. Yes.
And then this is Carrie. Carrie, if you want to come
met Carrie.
around.
He's met Carrie and Theodos.
Okay, you met Carrie and Theodos. Did you meet? Okay, this is my second oldest granddaughter. That's Cassidy.
That's your great granddaughter,
Did
Dad.
you meet the twins?
You met the twins.
He met the twins. And so the only one that's not here is Courtney and Caleb.
Okay.
They're coming. They'll be here soon. So,
Okay.
okay. That's the church that my mother was a member of for forever. Forever. So, okay, I guess everybody can sit down and get comfortable.
Yeah.
See, I was around colored people and drink liquor and beat their wives every week.
Oh.
And so they Miss Bush, her husband beat her every week. He worked, had 7 kids. So Miss Bush said, Miss Crawford said, did Richard ever beat you? My mother was gonna say that. Let me explain this to you. She said, only person I remember putting her hands on me was when I was 14. And I did something wrong, and my mother was beside me, and I didn't want my mother to grab me. And I let them touch me gently, and it was my father. I went over the backyard. I couldn't laugh around her when she hit me. I think if he'd have hit her, she'd have killed him.
She would have killed me.
She wanted light skinned women. Pop said, I don't care how bad he was, he said,
Yep, so we're ready for the questions.
Well, I normally try to feel good every day because I have music. I played music until I was 25. I played the Air Force Band, but played music 9 or 10 to 25. And when I was in music playing in clubs, I was around people, colored and white, use drugs and drink. It just, it turned me against, I don't drink, I don't smoke, and it turned me against entertainment really, because when I was coming up, some of them, a lot of them guys did a long time ago, you know, and especially colored guys, you know, so music and liquor will destroy you. I don't care how smart you are, it will destroy you. So, but if you, when I was in Detroit, I had 3 jobs in 6 months, plant layoffs, you know, but I made good money. And I saved my money. I didn't waste my money. I mean, I'd eat, you know.
Yeah.
The house of slides on John R. I'd go in there and get a big meal, 7 side dishes, big pork chop for $1.
Yeah.
And I made good money in Detroit, but the plants lay off so much I came back here. So
Did you ever play in any?
you can make a lot of money there. And I didn't know it, but a friend of mine, when I came back here, he won 4 doubles for $10,000, $2,500 each. And actually he bought about 8 or 12 of them. He quit the post office because he had 10,000 coming in a month. So he bought 61 doubles. He had close to $1 million coming in every year. But it was so cheap, you know, a color guy just, I told him when he went to Atlantic City, I said, don't go to Atlantic City, all right, go to New York. He never did, you know, he just hold on. I said, my brother was the same way, you know, just, I'd sell papers at 8 and 10 years old, I'd have money. He said, what are you gonna do? I'd buy some ice cream or candy. He'd be saving it up. And when I bought a car, a brand new Dodge for $2,500. And he bought a car for $700. I paid $700 down. I had $1,711. I paid off in 2 years. And I said, you got a used car, and I got a brand new car that has a new car smell. Man, that car was a winner. And Chrysler makes good products. They make good products.
Okay.
And then Ed of it now got 200 some thousand miles, 210,000. 2006.
That's
And
for American.
they made some good cars in Jordan. They made some good cars. Yeah.
Okay, so Pops, we want to ask you, how are you feeling today?
Well, I didn't know that. Number 2, I didn't know that.
Okay. Okay, number 2 is, how do you feel about having a daughter, 2 granddaughters, and 4 granddaughters, great-granddaughters? How do you feel about that?
Oh, you know, I feel all right. You know, it's wonderful. Yeah.
Okay, it's wonderful. But by you having 2 sons, did you ever want a daughter?
Oh, no.
You never wanted a daughter?
I mean, I had 2 sons.
Right.
And my older son, he's married, and a younger son. And then we have 3 grandsons.
Right.
See? And one's in the Maryland, he's one of the coaches of the basketball team.
Right.
Another one's in Chicago, he's in the acting. I mentioned a certain name that helped him in his entertainment career. And then Grant there. And that's it. He has, my grandson, the older grandson, Bryce, has 2 girls. And she's expecting another one in November.
Okay.
Probably be a girl.
Our
She
birthday
has
month.
girls, you know.
Right, our birthday month. Okay.
What number are you on?
Number 1.
Words passed down to all of us.
Number 4.
Number 4.
Can you please share words of wisdom to pass down?
Eat healthy foods, exercise.
So when you say healthy food, what do you mean?
Huh?
When you say eat healthy food, what kind of food?
I try to stay away from starchy foods, you know.
Okay.
I fell in love with asparagus. I like greens, but I like asparagus. Somebody know how to cook. And our caregiver, I don't know what she does, but she knows how to cook. And asparagus, man, I like good food.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
What's your favorite meat?
well, because I'm swallowing now, I can't eat like normally. But I used to, there's a place in the colored neighborhood in Columbus when I was growing up. The people from Alabama, she'd take these pork chops and sweet potato pie. Oh my goodness. You bite down to that, you thought you was in heaven. Matter of fact, when I worked at the post office, you know, white people not used to eat good food.
Right.
The guy asked me, said, can I have a piece of this? I gave him a little piece about thinking about thumb. He got, oh man. I know it's good. And I bite down that sweet potato pie and I said, oh my goodness, I don't know what you're doing. but my wife knew a lady named Miss Foster, Candy Foster, and that woman can cook. Oh my goodness. I said, can you have them cook? She said, well, I said, you don't need to say nothing about prayer. You can't do nothing, just like me.
Right.
You know? See, my mother didn't cook. She's the oldest of 9 kids. So she had to babysit them on the farm in South Carolina while her mother and father worked. So I ate bad food for a long time.
Ooh, man.
Can you cook?
No.
No.
See, I'm better. See, I don't, if you can't do it, you can't do it.
Right. Okay.
Nothing personal. My mother nobody ever taught me. So,
Well, I can cook. I can cook too. I can cook. She can cook. I can cook.
I help mommy.
I can cook. Oh, I can fix an English roast that my niece used to come all the way from New York to get some of my roast.
ooh, all right.
Yes.
All right. Well, my favorite.
And my husband can cook.
Oh, is that right?
He can fix some apple pie
You can make a sweet potato
and
pie.
make a sweet potato pie and biscuits from scratch.
Fried up.
Or did he learn how to cook?
His mama,
Oh.
and some fried apples and biscuits.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
my mother never. See, my mother's too busy. See, she's too busy with her brothers and sisters.
And Carrie can make a pineapple upside down cake. Ooh.
Look, when my father died in 1941, I was 14. My older brother and I took over. I became a man at 14. And we went to school, and 6 people had to eat. And when I got a job back in 41, 25 cents an hour, $7 a week, 42 hours. Went to school full time. And when I went in, the restaurant, the man said, all you can eat. When he said that, when I left the restaurant, I had hamburgers inside my. Somebody said, well, man, he said, well, you eat things that's inside your, I had it covered up, I say, man, when you're hungry, you eat. See, I grew up around colored people that was really poor, it's on relief. My father had a lot of money in the early 20s, and he lost it all. He had a restaurant, a grocery store, and everything. With the depression, he lost all that. So we were on relief and all this here, and it was really bad. And I know one day I was hungry about 1937, and I said, I'm not eating all that junk. I went all day without food. The hunger pain hit my stomach. I went in there and took that beef and put onions in there or something. Because I was going to starve to death.
Right.
But I didn't weigh but probably 140 pounds, something like that, 140, 150. I always watch my weight. I went up to 230. I jumped in the Weight Watcher and I dropped 70 pounds. I went down to 159.
I hear that.
I don't need to carry no whole lot of weight.
That's right.
I don't care how you do it.
Okay.
And I had 2 sisters, 2 brothers, and my older sister, she's the oldest of 5. she always, I'd always give her money.
Okay.
I always had money. I won $800 in 1944. That's a lot of money now. A lot of money. You take 10 cents and get a dozen eggs.
Okay.
So my sisters, I told, they saw all that money, and I said, I'm supposed to get $2,000, like a lottery, you know. So they took it upstairs. I put her on the bed, spread it all out, put paper down, and counted it. And so my mother said, "What are you gonna do with all this?" I said, "Take a big handful and buy yourself a pretty dress."
Ah.
And to see my mother, my grandmother, and my sister, auntie, my sister smile, as priceless. See, money is to be used to make people happy, period. And I said, if I ever won a lot of money, I wouldn't pay no taxes, have annuity, and I'd give it away. What you gonna do with it? You die, they put you in the ground. And I'm getting close to that time now, myself. So, but, yeah, life is a great joy. So music, liquor, and pretty women rule the world. Men don't count, man. Men don't
Pops, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite color?
That's a good question. I would think maybe yellow.
Yellow. Okay.
Yeah. Not anything personal, but my mother's from South Carolina, my father's from North Carolina, and you know why that is, don't you?
Yeah.
The reason colored people are light skinned is because the white man tell you to send your wife over to his house and go to bed with your wife.
Oh, gee. Yes.
And it's happened back then, and it's happening today.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Whether it's Detroit or Columbus, a white man can have a girlfriend or white, but he lusts for that soul sister.
All right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a fact.
Oh, yeah.
It's nothing personal. It's just the way it is. See, when I played music, I was still 25 or 8 or 10, to play Nelson Band and all that, traveling around Philadelphia, you know, and all that. I wasn't blind. I just watched things, how they, would play and people drink and how they act, And not only colored people, white people were worse.
Oh, yeah.
And even today, it's still going on. But music is good. It's good. It's a lot of fun. And the reason I stopped it, but I still love music. I love jazz, blues. But number one is classical music. When you study music, you study classics. And then you go from there. And I had a clarinet, alto sax. But when I was in the Air Force, you had guys, you had one guy named Darby from Cincinnati. And man, that tenor sax, he was good. Of course, he's using drugs too, see? So, Gene Abbott was one of the greatest sax men in the years. He was here. And but Gene Abbott, he had tone and all. We had a fellow here named Gene, I was trying to think of his name, Jimmy Allen.
Okay.
And he was real good. And he was so good that Busy World picked him up, and he was in charge of music music production for Disney in Florida and California. He get up, the big guy, get up on that tenor and oh my God. But music is good.
What's your favorite song?
One of my favorites is Don't Blame Me.
Don't blame me.
Yeah.
Okay. Who
Don't
sings
blame
that?
me for falling in love with you.
Oh,
I'm under your spell, but how can I help it? Don't blame me. Blame your kiss, as kisses as sweet as kiss can be. But blame all your charms and melted arms. Don't blame me.
What's your favorite Bible verse?
These stories already.
Here goes again.
We gotta look that one up. But what's your favorite Bible verse? Do you have a favorite one?
Well, one of them is that although I walk through the shadow of death, I will
Okay.
fear no evil.
Okay.
Thou art with me, thou God dost stand and cover me. Prepare a table before me, bread to my enemies.
Where were your parents born?
How?
Where were your parents born?
My mother was born in South Carolina.
Okay. Wait, your daddy too?
When you go down to South Carolina, you go Greenville all the way down,
Okay.
and Dr. Maceo Danson and my family in the South Carolina State is named. They know he's an icon. He got his PhD. All of them finished South Carolina State, and then they get their PhD from Columbia University in New York.
Okay.
And one of my uncles, my grandmother's brother, is a medical doctor.
Okay.
And all of them, a lot of them are teachers.
Okay.
And but in North Carolina, my father, he was a businessman. He lost it all, but he used to write to Haile Selassie and tell me the librarian Haile Selassie in Ethiopia. He wanted to. Haile Selassie said, "You come on back here, we'll give you 12,000 acres of land." And my father said, "You don't give me anything. I'm a rich man. I'll buy it." But if we'd gone back there, I'd have been born in Africa. But my father, he was a short man, but he didn't bother nobody. He usually gone, but he always carried a 30-inch special. Smith and Wesson loaded. He never carried out. He'd have it in his pocket. The big old dude, 6'4", so he says, "I wouldn't do that." He gets that voice. He says, but he didn't bother nobody. He worked, and he told me one day, he said, when you got a lot of money, you got friends, and when the money disappears,
They disappear.
the friends disappear. That includes your relatives.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's nothing personal. See, a lot of his relatives, his nephews, they would come around when he lost it all, and he helped get him a job. See, and that's what shows you what some people do, you know. But I was blessed because my father, you know, he was a kind man, and you know, down through the years, we didn't have anything to heat the house. Guys would throw coal over it because they knew he had 5 kids, you know, and they would still reach out to him.
Okay.
And he treated everybody right. He didn't bother nobody. But on my mother's side, the Ku Klux Klan back in the 20s and 30s, they come around and talk about what they're going to do. Old Josh said, "I can't get them all of you," he said, "but if you come around here again, I'm going to blow you He had these dogs, and the German Shepherd. My grandma had German Shepherd that walked right at her knee, foot. And at night when she'd be walking, that dog would be right at it, right? And you get within a mile of that house, and that German Shepherd would pick you up.
Wow.
I had a German Shepherd for a while, so because then when the kids come, I had to let it go, but they're good dogs.
I've had German
And
Shepherd.
my older boy fell in love with Ricky. He fell in love with that German Shepherd, that Jerry.
Is there anything we should know about the family medical history?
Oh. Yeah, what about your medical history?
Well, I'm asking about the Crawford family medical history.
What I was saying, my father was 48 when we got married. He had a hernia, what you call a hernia, nifty or something. But I think back then, when he died in 41, he was, I think, 70, something like that. That's old for them. With me and my kids, no, they didn't have any medical problems. They're grand there, and of course, my younger boy, Kenneth, he picked up cancer, but he's taking treatments. He seemed to be doing pretty good. My older boy, Ricky, we adopted him, but he seemed to be doing okay. He's about 60 or 61 or something. And he's married to a white woman. And, well, see what happened. See, one day I was driving and someone told me to go down High Street, which is where Ohio State University is on High Street. So.
Okay.
And I went down High Street and I looked. And you can tell your sons, I said, that's my son. Oh, no. I said, he's named after me, Richard. I said, Richard, what you doing down here? He was in high school. I don't know about anybody else. I don't speak to you one time. I don't repeat myself. I said, I don't want to see you down here again.
He must have went back.
Because if I see you down here again, I'm gonna beat you. I won't beat you.
All right.
But I never had to do that. But I'm letting you know that that's the way my mother was. She did 2 or 3 times. Shh. One time.
One time. All right now.
Hear that?
One time. All right now, y'all hear that?
When I was 5 years old, I raised my voice. My mother said, come here. She said, don't you ever raise your voice again.
Whoa.
When you were in the oven, I could have cleaned the oven out. You wouldn't be here.
Oh, that's serious.
When she carried you, she could have,
And
okay.
when I was 7, I was playing a little rough with my sister. I stayed away from the house because I knew something was coming. She said, I'm gonna get you. So I run in the house, got something to eat, and run back out. Because she had 5 kids to watch over. Dinner, run back out. Went to bed that night. My father used to cut hair. You ever see them straps this long? That
Razor
wide
straps.
leather. She can wrap that strap around your butt and make a different person out of you. She come in there, hit me one time. I went up under the bed. She said, now, David, that's my middle name. She said, you better come on out and take this because if you upset me, I'm gonna have to really give you. I come out and had to walk around. See, And I'm blessed because that discipline that you get growing up, when you go into the military, it helps out. Somebody speak to you, you move, and then when you know how to take orders, then when you get in a position to give orders, you can give orders. So when I got my bachelor's and master's degree, and I say something, I say it in a nice way, but I don't say it one time. And if you don't get it, well, get somebody else. And I was blessed because I went to OSU and got 86.9 on entrance exam, but I got my undergrad at Central State here in Senior, Ohio, and got my bachelor's degree in business. Then I got my master's in Central Michigan, in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, and became a CPA. And I worked with the post office for 21 years. And then I moved to state for another 14 years. But, I wish I had taken that job as Secret Service, because back in '64 I started at 175, went up to 300. You just charge everything to the government. That was a golden opportunity.
Now, why didn't you take it?
Huh?
Why didn't you take it?
Well, I was thinking about my wife. I'm married. I got 2 kids and all that. I could have told her. I should say, wait a minute, let me talk to her and take it, because she's a registered nurse, but they wasn't making no money.
Yeah.
And she graduated from a Harry, and then she had a chance to go into Boston University and all this here, but but she worked at
You just beat one of them. Yeah.
University Hospital, head nurse. I attended intensive care unit, and for about 10 years. She worked at Children's Hospital 10 years, then 15 years in emergency on OSU. So, only problem with helping people is it's good to help people, but you help yourself first. Then you help other people. See, as much as I love my sons and grandsons and everybody else, I'm gonna do something good for me, and then I help other people. Gotta make sure I'm stable. See, and but that's the way she is. You know, she's ripping her at it. So, and I don't criticize her for it. It's just that. I should have done more for me. Yeah.
That's a good lesson.
What do you remember about my mama? What do you remember about Doris?
Well, I met her at Scott Methodist Church, and she was, well, I knew Harvey Warren, he was associate pastor, David Young was finished. She's a nice person.
Okay.
She's a nice person. I didn't associate with men or women that was me. See, when I was playing music at 12 or 14, or I see a man or woman jumping off all this here, I get away from it. Because I don't want to be bothered. And I was raised around, especially African American men, that beat their wives and drink a lot of liquor. And they were really rough. So even when I lived in Detroit, I didn't bother. Matter of fact, I met one of the light-skinned women. She was 35, 40, and I was 22 or something. And she didn't want me to work. She wanted to buy. She lived in West Grand Boulevard or something all that's here. And see, that don't mean nothing to me. And she didn't want me to work, and I looked at her and I said, no, I gotta work. I like work. See, I used to work. I worked 85 hours a week at the post office. I love work. So she said, I want to buy a car. I said, no, don't buy me a car. I was staying at the dormitory. I think it's Webster Hall at Wayne State. And she come here looking for me with a gun or something. And but no, I still with me, people.
When was the last time you were in Detroit?
Oh, it's been, I know 20, 30 years ago. My wife has she knows the Lewis family. There's 8 of them. And there must be 100 Lewises in there. One of our cousins married a minister. They had 13 kids. And Lewis is about 6'1" or 6'2". And they're 8 of them. And out of Arkansas, Little Rock, Arkansas.
Okay.
And they don't play. They're nice people. They're awful nice people. But even in Arkansas, the white police would come out there and he'd say, don't come out here no more. But I had an uncle there, my father's younger brother, and Ulysses Bird. And but when I went there, he didn't reach out to me too much. I had to, well, Harvey Washington and Scott Business, I had to maneuver on, but that was all right.
Okay.
Because I don't, when my father died in 41, I don't depend on nobody to worry about me. I'll take care of it. And my mother received $79 a month in the 40s when I went into service for 3 years. And then, well, I spent 7 or 8 years because my father died in 41. So older brother and I spent probably 9 or 10 years helping my mother raise my brothers and sisters. And I said I'd never marry.
Oh, okay.
I said I'd never, but that changed, of course. That changed. You say all these, see, music, pretty women, and liquor rule the world. Men go around talking. I don't care how hard you work, when you get off work and you eat a good meal and you're there by yourself, it's a lonely place. And nothing can, after you eat your food and you feel better, it would be good music. As a matter of fact, in high school, my face all twisted up, because I lost my father, And out of 10 girls, 7 passed me by, 8 walked over to her and said, David said, what's wrong, baby? She put her arms around me. I said, everything's all right. She didn't mind that. I said, you're here. What do you like about me? I like the way you walk.
Now, did my mother know you were coming back to Ohio? Did you tell my mother you were coming back to Ohio? If you can remember.
I don't know, because, back in the 50s, she knew I was keep changing jobs because of the union. And my money was, and after the 3rd job layoff, then I think I told everybody I was going to leave because I didn't, And when I went to work at the post office, the first year I was working 85 hours a week. And I like to work.
Okay.
See, I like to work. And I like to make my own money. I don't want nobody to give me anything. I like good food, work, take care of your health, and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, that's my mama. Now, do you remember meeting my mama's sisters and her mama? Her mama?
I don't remember her having a sister.
Okay, yeah, my mother had 3 sisters.
Why did
Four.
that?
Well, she had Auntie Catherine, who was the oldest one,
Oh,
and then she had Barbara,
oh.
and then she had Vera. Vera was the baby.
Are they still living?
No, in fact, my Auntie Vera just died in November. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
She had 3
because
sisters.
well, I'm 93, and I was getting toward the end of the road for me.
And I told you, she ended up becoming a nurse. I think I shared that in one of my letters.
Oh, is that
My
right?
mother ended up becoming a nurse. Yes.
Oh, okay.
And she worked at Children's Hospital in Michigan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, nurses, they want to save the world, which is good, but, well, my philosophy is you got to do something for yourself first, then you spread around, you know, and, yeah.
Did anybody have any additional questions for Pops? What's wrong?
Did you rewrite the question?
Huh?
Did you read all the questions?
I pretty much so. Here's the questions if you wanna.
Everyone
I think he went up there.
I'm sorry.
Everything.
Pops leaving Detroit.
When did you leave Detroit? What year did you leave Detroit? Do you remember? Or what month is that?
I stayed there maybe close to a year.
Okay.
I was there for probably January 50. And I come back here, I think around December 50, because I was in the post office.
Okay.
And I stayed there for 21 years.
Okay.
But while I was there, that's when they were recruiting me for Secret Service.
Okay.
And, I never believed in jumping from job to job. I always, wherever you at, you see right there. And the only reason I left Detroit was layoffs and everything, you see. But Detroit, I made some good money. The average salary here was $25, $50 an hour. I was making $1 and something an hour. So back then you take 10 cents to get a dozen eggs. But I made some good money in Detroit. Yeah. And I didn't throw it away, dude. Flame there, Connors and John R. at nightclub here. I'd go there and listen to the music. I wasn't spending too much. Flame is still there, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Did you ever play there? You ever play in any of the clubs in Detroit?
Yeah.
What clubs? In Black Bottom?
Flame.
Played your instrument.
He said the name of it was Flame.
And John R. and Connors have
Okay.
downtown. You know where it's at, don't you?
Yes.
It's still there?
Yes.
House and Side still there on John R.
I don't know about that.
Well, there's a Rexington, used to be Rexington on John R. And not too far from Palmer or.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking
Boy,
about.
they had some
Yeah,
good-
Palm. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Them sisters can cook that. Yeah.
You miss Detroit? Do you miss anything about Detroit?
Yeah, I like good food, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, yes.
Do you remember the month you left Detroit? What month it was?
That's probably
December.
November, December of 15.
He said December.
So, see, job situation there is, I had 3 jobs in 6 months, and I like to work. And if I can't work, I can't make no money, I can't eat. I like to eat.
So did you just lose
So-
contact with Doris?
Huh?
Did you all just lose contact with each other? I don't know how your friendship came to an end.
Did it?
Did you lose contact with her mother, Doris? Did you just like leave Detroit and did you say goodbye? How did that go? Do you remember?
No, I was trying to get myself together. And when I came back in December of 50, I had to take care of business first before I did anything. And then I had so many brothers and sisters. My mother was, she's still trying to raise my younger brothers and sisters. So I had to. I didn't have to, but I helped out. And it's a situation whereby that my mother bought and my uncle in Detroit. My mother bought a 22-room house for $4,500.
What?
And it was a family house. See, and rented one side out, and we lived on the other side. And always been around my mother, my brothers and sisters, and my grandmother. So, it was a close-knit family. And, we did what we had to do, my older brother and I, because when I was 14, my father died, we had to jump in there and take over. So I became a man at 14. That's pretty young, pretty young. But there was a guy named Craig that married into my family. Robin, he was in Washington, D.C. under Trump. And he's the kind of guy that's just rotten to the core. See, he's the kind of guy, if I'd get away with it, I'd blow him away because he's just a rotten dude. When he married to my first cousin's daughter, he came into Columbus and met this woman that had a lot of money and ripped her off and everything. He was just rotten. And his daughters brought him up the same way. They were asking my brother for money. I said, you don't ask my brother for no money. I stay away from evil people. And we got some of them. Yes.
Don't we?
So all of regret is not going with the Secret Service because there's still a lot of evil people around. But I try to enjoy life, music and good food, and I'd stay around people who's really nice, Even my son's, Kenneth, his friend, Llewellyn, he's a real nice guy. And I say, well, people stay around people that's nice, that's all. Yeah.
The Bible says you're known by your friends, so that's true.
Yeah.
You're known by your friends. I should be able to look at you and tell what kind of friends you have. So that's true.
During my lifetime, I always was good guys, and it's real nice. They could deal with situations, something come up, but they were just nice people. And one guy I met, he was a diabetic, he had a PhD. And I met him somewhere, and we hit it on real well. He passed here a couple of years ago or something, but he realized it. And that's what life is about, is trying to do the right thing, you know.
Yeah. Now, what happened to Harvey Washington, the pastor from Scott Methodist? What happened to him? Did he come back to Ohio?
No, I think he went down in Alabama somewhere. He had a church, and he loved it. You know, he preached and everything.
Okay.
He had a son, and he had feminine characteristics. That's probably. And but he's a good guy. He's a good minister, and Detroit got a lot of good people. It's just that we just had one incident, and I got away from that because she was trying to kill me, really. But she was way older than I was. She was, I think, 33 or 35, and I was 21 or 22. And I never wanted nobody to give me. She wanted to buy me a car and didn't want me to work and all that stuff. But they're beautiful woman. But I didn't go fool around with no older woman. Period. If I'm 20 or 22, you're 21 or 22. I don't do all this stuff you see on TV until like 30 or 40. That's not me. And no, I never bothered no older woman. You might, if you're 5 years old, I don't need to date you. No. You gotta be my age or younger.
So did the white women chase after you too?
Huh?
Did the white women chase after you too?
She said, did the white women chase after you too?
I never wanted a white woman.
Yeah.
Okay.
I never, as a matter of fact, I was criticized when I married my wife because she's real dark. See, in my family, kid from South Carolina, where you get the light-skinned people, your mother, grandmother went over and that white man, when he told you to come over there and you went to bed with him. That's the way that is. And I never looked at the color.
Yeah.
I looked at your heart. If you're a kind person, music, you're very giving and loving. The skin color don't mean nothing to me. It's where your heart is at.
Where you are.
And if you don't go to church, I don't bother with you because you should have learned how the way before you met me. See, playing music is, you have to love life. And you have to love people. But you be around people that's loving. You don't be around people that's hate. Stay away from them. And there's, whether you're colored or white, there's a lot of colored people hate one another. And definitely white people hate. But there's some good white people. And over the years, I can tell right away whether you're black or white, whether you got a kind heart.
Okay.
when I was at 21 years post on white boy say, "How you doing, Richard?" I said, "All right. How are you?" "All right." And not only what he's talking about, but when he reaches out, then that tells me something. Your actions speak.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
And
Say that all the time.
so, when I was going about all this Baptist church, Reverend Boone, he was one of them dark-skinned dudes that trying to save the world. He'd been to Detroit, traveling around all over the country. I asked to speak to him one day, and he jumped up real mean. I left the church, and I went to all white church, all St. Lutheran church. I'm the only colored person that walked in the door. And people treat me so nice. Richard, how you doing? They come by here now. And not only come by, they bring food, whatever it is. Now, people come by from Mount Olive to remembrance because my wife is a deaconess. But, but when Reverend Booth jumped up at me, I could have knocked him down, but I know he. See, now, when you come out of it with a knife, I got something for you then. I'm gonna take you out. But I said, rather than stay there, I just left.
Just left, yeah.
But see what happened, they were paying him $75,000 a year salary, and he traveled around 2 months out of
Yeah.
2 Sundays out of the month all over the United States. He been to Detroit, you know, Reverend something in Detroit, making $250,000. He had income of about, probably $350,000 a year. And he had a PhD, but I hate to say it, but the church needs me. I don't need the church. I can pray at home. See, the church don't need me. I can pray at home, and I can tell God to walk with me. And I can sing songs, and I can have my own. I can preach to myself and have my own sermon ready there. See, my wife was giving so much to the church, I had trouble paying bills. I said, you don't give all that to the church. That's out of your mind.
Have you always been good with numbers?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. My mother was, my mother's side, they're real brilliant.
Okay.
And so my mother be holding the baby in one hand and reading a book with another.
Okay.
So I picked that up. So, but I had to start helping my mother and go to school too. My grades fell, but when I went back to postgraduate high school course, chemistry, physics, math, and all that stuff, and then when I took the entrance exam at Ohio State, I had 86.9, but I was looking for 100. And I was always into so you train your mind, you train your heart first and then your mind. And it goes a long ways. And always eager for knowledge. Yeah. Even now I have, I'm always reading or something. On my mother's side, it's always bookworm. You know, my father's side is business. You know, making money.
Now I know your mother was black, but what else was she, nationality-wise?
I think my mother, by having the name Pensacola, I often wonder why her name was Pensacola, and I think it might have been some Indian blood in there or something.
Okay.
but I never knew they had Indians in South Carolina, but I don't know. But I know that the way colored people are light skinned because that white man, your wife would come over, he went to bed with her, that's where. And even your complexion, that's right. Yeah.
Now, what about your dad? What was he? He was black, but what else was he on your daddy's side?
My father was mostly about business. See, my father was 48 and my mother was 21 or 22, so he's much older than she was. So, but in the early 20s, he had a barber shop and grocery store, and he worked on the railroad at night. So he worked on the railroad at night, and he cut hair until the day, and my mother had babies and was working the grocery store because she was good with numbers, you know. And then they lost it all to the numbers. Yeah.
Wow.
But
Did you have a lot of friends?
who's my mother?
You. Did you have a lot of friends, or did you find yourself being a loner sometime, or you only had a few friends?
Yeah, I knew a lot of people through music. You know, I played music from 10 till I was grown, and I knew a lot of different guys. My brother, he was more quiet, everything. My younger brother, he was much younger than I was. But yeah, I've been blessed. By playing music or in school, you know, I think my father died at 41. I didn't make friends fast, you know, because my face is all twisted up, you know. And see, I started music at 8 or 9 years old, so I learned to enjoy life. That's what life is, really enjoy it. It's not about hatred or anything. It's about eating good food, listening to good music, of course. And I still love good music. And enjoy yourself.
So what do you watch on TV?
What do you like to
any
watch on
television?
TV?
What's your favorite TV show?
I like Denzel Washington, the Equalizer. I like it.
Is that your favorite movie?
Yeah, that's one of them. I like Clint Eastwood too.
Okay.
See, Clint Eastwood walking the place, he's minding his own business. Guy coming there, calling him all kind of names. And then he go across the street, get his shave. The guy coming in just bothered him, so he said, I'm always just going to do these guys. And they ain't gonna leave me alone, so I'm gonna just put it on him, you know. But when I was in service, big old dude, well, one guy from Detroit, see, when they were in the guardhouse, I always give a hamburger to the guy. One guy said, a guy named, I'm trying to think his name, he said, well, what about your wife and kid? I said, I don't have no wife and kid. Ain't nobody but me. I said, brothers and sisters. And so I'd give him, he said, why are you doing that? I said, you're in the guardhouse for a week. I said, I don't kick a man when he's down.
No.
I'd give him hamburgers, candy, different stuff. So when he got out, he was big, 6'5", about 250. He said, don't bother Crawford. He's my man. So one big dude, they gonna kick me, beat me up. Oh, he said, man, don't even think about it. He said, Crawford, man, shut up. He said, don't bother. He said, because you got to deal with me. He said, what? Why that? He said, he's my buddy. He's my man.
Yeah.
So I've always, this guy, he's spent too much time with his wife and kids, and I gave him candy and hamburger. And then not only him, 2 or 3 other guys didn't get out. They remember that. They remember. So, you know, all over my life, you know, I do things and it pays off because I've often said before I leave this earth, if I ever fortunate enough to come into something, I'll remember her.
Be kind.
But I'll fix it so, see, I'm a certified public accountant, I'll fix it so she don't pay no taxes. She can live off interest
That's great.
now. And now I'm not talking about a Chevy or Ford, go get herself a Mercedes Benz, BMW.
Oh,
Starts at 675,000.
yeah.
And when you go in there, you say, how are you gonna pay this? I'm gonna pay cash.
Yeah.
See, so, and wherever she living, sell it. Get all brick house, solar windows, solar roof, 4,000 square feet,
Wow.
5, 6 bedrooms, 5 or 6 complete
That's,
bathrooms.
whoa. Is that all our dreams? Yeah.
And before you do that, you buy 40 acres of land. You have Section 8A housing,
Yes.
$850 a month. You have 24 of them, so you have
Wow. There your numbers go.
you have say 22,000 coming in a month
Whoa.
into annuity, so you don't pay no tax for my crazy pretty truck.
Oh.
You pay no tax.
Okay.
And then when you have an office consulting or something, write that off too.
Trips to the trade.
see these guys, they don't care nothing about you.
Yeah.
Me either.
No.
See, Trump don't care nothing about us.
So,
That's it. And Biden said he's gonna run for president again, so.
Yes, he did.
But I'm gonna vote for Biden. I ain't Trump. He's right. But I read the book about him, and his father taught him well
Yeah.
to right person.
He did.
But always try to look for the good. And I won't be around, I know that, but I wish the best for my sons and grandsons, you know. Bryce there, he's gonna move to Chicago in July, I think, to meet with his twin brother.
That's what he told me yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now, how did it feel voting for Obama? How did it feel voting for the first black president?
oh, I'm so glad he's smart. Number one, he's smart.
Yes.
But he seemed to be a kind person,
yeah.
and he's married to Soul Sister. She's smart too.
Oh, yeah, she's smart too.
See,
Yes, she
and
is.
but I don't know if we'll see another black president for a long time because. But Biden is doing a good job,
Yes.
and there's so much hatred, not only in this country, in the world, really. And it's sad that it's like that, but that's the way it is. And in times when I was younger, I wish we'd moved to Africa and just lived there but even there, different tribes are fighting one another and acting crazy. I don't know the answer for this world. I think all of us need to work to try to be kind to one another. and more loving. And you give love, you receive love. That's all. You give love, you receive.
That's true.
Uh,
You get what you give.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope that for my sons and grandsons and great granddaughters yet that are here, living now, it'll be a better place for them. None of us gotten into the music thing, but wait, I take it back. A grandson, he's into entertainment. He want to be an actor, you know. So I told him, I said, when you're in the field of music or acting, I mentioned somebody like Ivy Mitchell, or when I say Ivy Mitchell, you say, and then Julius Walker, but Tuskegee Airmen, the band I played with, and but there's certain things I can mention. And of course, with him, he met a lady who'd been an actor, white lady, for 30 years, and she's been able to help him.
Oh.
So if I see him again, I'll mention certain other things, you know. I love music. I love music. See, and I think Diana Ross, Aretha Franklin. When Diana Ross say, she bring tears to my eyes.
Oh. Now, who was your favorite? Who was your favorite out of all of them?
I think Aretha, what you say,
That's right.
you make me feel like a natural woman. I just all that. But Diana Ross, she's 77 now, I think.
Yesterday was her birthday.
Yeah, it was.
Yesterday was Diana Ross's birthday.
She's my second one. Aretha's my first one. See, I like blues.
How did you like Nancy Wilson?
Nancy Wilson?
Nancy's from Columbus.
Oh, okay.
So I like Nancy. Nancy's a smart businesswoman. As a matter of fact, she went out to California. She bought 640 acres of land.
Wow.
Nancy's a smart person. I used to sit and watch her sing in 1950
Wow.
here in Columbus at the 502 Club.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't drink beer, but I had a hamburger and a Coke. And they sell 25-cent beer, you know. She'd be singing her heart out. I said, she has it. I told a guy named Akins, I said, she has it. There's something about she has style and class. And she's gonna make it. And she left. She had to leave Columbus, you know. So I think she went to Detroit, went someplace, and eventually ended up in New York. She got to go to New York. And when I took my wife there, she kept talking about Harlem Hospital, Harlem, all this here. We stayed downtown back then. So she can say it bothered me about going to Harlem. So I said, okay, we'll go to Harlem. We got on the subway. She started holding her nose because it had that stinking smell. I said, ain't no sense in holding your nose. You gonna smell this from now on. That odor and that funk. We got to Harlem. She wanted to see Harlem Hospital. I said, there it is. And she went in there and she said, oh, she was sick when she come out.
Oh, no.
She said, it's terrible. I said, look, when I was in service in 46, I went over to Harlem. I went over to New York. I went to see this high school friend of mine. And this Jew had taken a bed and put it in a closet and put the bed in there. And she sat at the top of the bed, and I stood out in the hallway and talked to her. They had 13 different rooms, and they had a community bathroom.
Ugh.
It being the only time you use the bathroom was for cemetery. I saw that, I said, and we had a 21-room house.
Yeah.
I said, and these people living like animals. And that woke me up about New York, you know, that's, unless you got a lot of money, you shouldn't even be there. And even today, I think, I don't know if I've been there because if they ever bomb this country, they're gonna drop something on New York. There's 8 million people there, and there's 7 million that work there, so during the day, there's 15 million people in there. I don't want to be around that many people. But it's a great city to visit, you know.
Yeah.
See, I like music, universities, Columbia University, New York University,
Museum.
Juilliard School of Music, good food. You stand in downtown in New York at 3 o'clock in the morning. I was with my 2 sons. He said, I'm hungry. Walked in there and got a big fruit, beef, hams. It's great. But after you've seen all that, I don't like to be in a place that's too crowded, you know. New York is too crowded for me. California too crowded.
Yeah.
I would live in LA or nothing. Columbus is about a couple million people or something. And Columbus is about a cup of tea.
Now, do you have a favorite place you like to travel to, or back then?
Well, my brother was in California. You know, he's my brother, my younger brother, and I went out there to see him. And we had family reunions.
He was in San Francisco.
Los Angeles, and San Bernardino, and all this here.
What about out of the country? I heard you say Africa.
I met people from France, and they were talking about Paris and people robbing you and everything. But they were from a place called Marseille. And he said, you must come. He said, he was very kind, and when I first met him, he said, you're lovely. He said, you won't want to leave. And I often wanted to go there. See, I went overseas when I was a servant. My brother was, Fred was over, and then my younger brother, he was in the wars, 44, 45. Navy, CDs, but Fred was over in England for almost 5.5 years or something. I said, he loved it so much, I said, you need to stay there. Work for the government, you stay. Don't come back here. Go to Oxford and Cambridge. He's going to University of London or something. But he loved it. He said he was a sergeant and people treated him. And he said the food was pretty good. He traveled around over Germany and Switzerland, all them places, but he said the people over there treated him real good. So I told him I'd never come back here no more. A guy named John Rollins, he went to Japan, and he said he'd never come back here no more. He said people treat him good, and he bought a house for $2,500. Lady give him a bath every day when he come in from work. Bathe him like he bathed the baby. Put him in the pool of water, bathe him, he been bad. Man, it's good. But,
Now, Pops, you have been married for 67 years. What makes a good marriage? What makes a good marriage?
You have to sort of compromise, I think. I think that if anything I have over some men period, colored or white, is I had two sisters, two brothers. So seeing how my father was awfully treating my mother like a queen, which he was, and then I learned I treat my sister real good, you know. And so that pattern is, when you see that love flowing, it flows down. So, my father treated my mother real good, and then, of course, I learned to treat my sister real good. And my older sister, I think she's diabetic, but both of my sisters, younger sister, I gave my younger sister money, she spends it all, but your older sister saves some,
Yeah.
you know. And that's where I learned all that. A man don't have any sisters, he don't, and if his mother is kind to him, he don't know, he don't learn. But when he see the father, he treat the mother awfully, and then when you have sisters, you treat them, and that's where I got. My younger sister had a lot of girlfriends, so in high school, if there was a lot of girls would be around, and she wasn't that tall. That's about 4'11" or 5 foot, but women gravitate toward one another. I don't know what it is, but they gravitate toward one another. And I'd be standing over there, and one girl would say, "Who is that?" My father would say, "That's my brother, older brother." What? And then they would come over and look at me, and my face would be all twisted up. And then when they reach over and grab me around the waist and say, "David, everything all right?" And I face smooth out and say, "Yes, all right." See, I learned at 12 years old, when you compliment a person, man or woman, especially a woman.
Yeah.
When I was 12, a Mexican girl came over and kissed me, and I thought my head was gonna explode. But when you have sisters, they have girlfriends.
Right.
And over the years, you know, when they come around, matter of fact, one of my sister's girlfriend, I said, "Who is that? I'd like to talk to her." She said, "No, she got a boyfriend." That's it. No, kids. No, but my sister never fixed me up, you know. I had to, meet somebody on my own, you know.
So how do you feel knowing that we exist?
Well, I have a good feeling. I never believed in. I think her mother, since Santa ran away, I never believed in hate. I wasn't raised that way. And if I can't give love, I get away from it. When I met her mother, we had a good time. And, you know, people said that, you know. You're not put here to shore, you put here to build. And during my lifetime, I've always tried to do the right thing. When I was in service, a guy that processed my discharge papers, he went to town the very next day and bought up a lot of stuff in my name and had my social security number and everything. I got a call from the FBI. I knew it was. And I could have told him, but I didn't. I said it. And so Attorney Frank Sherrod said, "Where were you at?" I said, "I was here. My family can testify to that." So he said, "You call him back, tell him he's here." So that's it. But I could have made it hard for him, but I just let it go. See, when somebody try to hurt you, you get away from it. See, with me, I either shoot you or leave you. So I know if I shoot you, I go to jail. So I just say, no, get away from me. Get away from me. And it's like when I was in Detroit, I met this beautiful, I don't know how I met her, but she had plenty of money and everything. And I don't care how much money you got. That don't mean nothing to me. I don't have it. And when she didn't want me to work, wanted me to just stay there and stay in the bed all the time with her, I wouldn't go do that. Because I can't stand a lazy colored man. I just can't. I was raised up with a guy that didn't believe in work. You women took care of him. And I told him one time when he's 45, I said, Haven Linden was his name. I said, in 3 years I'll have more than 30 years. And Social Security, I have a government check coming in. I say when I'm 48, a few more years, I have 30 years. I say I can buy my military time. He never did work. I say, it's funny, you have to grin all the time and jump up and down and lay up here in the bed, and she go out there and work, do day work at the white man's house, and you laying up there in bed. I say, his grandmother raised him. I say, at least you get somebody that loves you, that's feeding you and everything. I said, what's your age? Went in the service and went AWOL, and they dishonorable discharge. I said, you don't do that. So I lost contact with him, but I don't be around no colored man. Anybody lazy, I just can't stand it. Can't stand no lazy man or woman.
So what branch of service were you in?
What branch of service?
Air Force.
You was there, oh yeah.
See, when you get in service, I went through basic training in quartermaster, something down there in Virginia, Camp Lee, Virginia, near Petersburg. And then since I played in the band and all that, they saw my record and they transferred me.
Okay,
Back then it was Army Air Force, and then they made it to Air Force.
okay.
And I was pretty good. I could sing. Oh, yeah. I learned to sing at 8 or 9 years old. Oh, yeah, I'd sing, I'd bring you to tears. Yeah, when I sing from the heart.
Okay. We're ready. We are ready.
We want you to sing.
Yeah, we're ready. We're listening for the notes.
Huh?
We're ready for you to sing.
Oh, baby, falling in love with you. I'm under your spell, but how can I help it? Don't blame me. Blame your kiss, as sweet as a kiss can be, and blame all your charms that melt in my arms, but don't blame me.
You're so beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, when them bands like Count Basie, when he said, dun, dun, dun,
Thank you.
and then you have somebody like Gene Adams go to the microphone. Oh my goodness, man! Gene Adams, one of the band centermen. Of course, he was on drugs. His father was a bishop in the church, but Gene Adams was good. Of course, it's Tarantine and Eleanor Jack and but yeah, jazz is just. I played in the marching band. Well, I played in the marching band in the morning, classical music in the afternoon, and 3 hours rehearsing jazz and blues for playing at the Officers Club and the NCO Club. So that's 10 hours a day. So after 10 hours, I'd be tired. And marching music has its place in the service, you know. You know,
Now, all the places where did you go when you were in the service? What
I
different
stayed in the
places?
States all the time. I was supposed to go overseas. My brother James, he was in the Navy, and of course, my older brother was over in England, yeah.
Okay.
So one time they were supposed to send me to England as a truck driver. I said, send me, I don't care what it is. Because I come from a poor family, so they didn't send me. Then another time, I was supposed to go to Japan. I said, send me.
Wanna see something like that?
See, on 46, 49, the war was over. It's peacetime. And my family was poor, so they couldn't send me nowhere but send me away. So, plus I sent them my mother money, $79 a month. I had a lot of money then to help raise my brothers and sisters, you know. So, I always had money, and I won a lot of money too. Yeah, and I won with that lotto on my time, and I won 40,000, and into the revenue took, I think, 13. And I won 20,000, and they took 7. I say from here on in, I win anything, I will put it all into annuity, no pay no tax. I tell them, look, transfer this to this annuity. Charles Schwab, in my name, is my address, Social Security, and you don't take no taxes, none. And when all I give away, I'm gonna give it all away. I'm gonna put it into annuity for them, and they can't draw it out until after 10 years, so it'll double.
Yeah.
They can live on the interest. They can live well on the interest.
That's smart.
See, even though you live in Detroit, you can go in Detroit, and somewhere around Detroit, there's land, vacant land, or dilapidated houses. And you can tear the houses down, or there's poor houses, and you can buy them real cheap. You can renovate them like Trump did. And under the federal government, what they call Section 8A. And you get $850 a month for each one. And if you have 25, that'll give you about $22,000 a month coming in, and you put that into annuity, don't pay no taxes. And you have something coming in for the rest of your life. And you enjoy life, start enjoying life. Right there in Detroit, they got dealerships that whether you want a BMW or whatever you want. And we walk in there and you ask the man how much this costs, and he said $60,000. And he said, you just write out a check, and they got a machine that goes through and cancels that check right then. And he give you the title to the car. See?
That is yours.
And right there in Detroit, there's places you can go that's run down, and you can write 10 or 20 houses and either renovate them or tear them down. And if you got money, when you tear them down, everything is due. Somebody say, how was this? Say, it's brand new, just built it this year. And when you put a lot of dirt there and you go up about 6 or 8 feet, then you can have 2 levels there. And you can live well. Doris little sheet from Detroit to Lewis's, and she took us to a restaurant. Well, I hate to see places owned by the white man.
Yeah.
And a lot of colored people come in there, white too, but the food was good. And what I'm trying to say is I like to see my people own things, have things. I don't always the white man, you know. I even notice on TV they always tag these two men kissing one another, two souls right now. Why don't they have two white men kissing? Gee, you know, if that's your thing, that's not me, that's it, period. But I've been blessed because down through the years, you know, I tried to enjoy life and be around people that's kind. You know? Yeah, but I don't know how I met this lady, but she was much older than I was 36 or something. I was 21 or 22 or something, whatever it was. I never wanted to fool around. She didn't want me to work if I knew something was wrong. Then she wanted to buy me something. I don't want nobody to give me nothing. I just, and she wanted to control me, and I don't control
I
you,
never
and you
liked
don't control me, you know.
Yeah.
And
It's always better
there's a
to
guy named Reverend Hook. He'd go with his wife to the beauty shop and all this there, and he said, "You go with your wife to the beauty shop?" I said, "No." Yeah, where did she go when she leave there? I don't know. She go downtown and look at the dress bar. Don't you worry about it. You know. I said, she's no baby. She's 27 years old, man. She's a grown woman. If I can't trust her, I don't have a marriage. I end up watching her all the time. He's crazy as hell. I don't care how much she got. See? And he said, well, what does she do? I don't ask her. I said, I imagine she look at dresses and clothes. She might buy some. She work every day like I do. She ain't no baby, man. Crazy. Dumb.
You gotta watch them like that. You don't need to.
But they got people in the world like that, you know. And I think by having a sister, two sisters, you know, I learned how to treat, you know. Because both of my sisters, I was, both of them would say, David, and I'd just melt.
So, your daughter,
I'd reach down my pocket and give it to her.
so your daughter's getting ready to get married. Okay, this is just hypothetically. So what would you have told Gregory on, you know, before he married your daughter? What would you have said to Greg, you know, knowing that he, as a man, how would you have told him to treat your daughter? What would you have said to him?
So what would you have said before my mom, to him, before my mom got
The
married?
day, because dads talk to their.
What was I thinking?
Well, no, if you were there,
Yeah.
if you could imagine you were there,
Yeah.
what would you have said to him, marrying me,
Yeah.
marrying your daughter?
Or what would you have said to Greg? You
Mhm.
know, what kind of wisdom would you have said to him, knowing that he's getting ready to marry your daughter? Because
Well,
we miss these scenarios. We
well,
missed all
I
of this.
think number one, before you even think about that, is you gotta have a job.
Mhm.
And if you don't have a job, you don't have nothing. You gotta be able to figure out a way to pay the bills, to live. And my wife was a nurse and she had a job, but I was working 85 hours a week, and it always starts with money coming in, And if you don't have anything coming in, you can't do anything. Kids. Because growing up, I've seen poverty of food, or very little food, and you gotta have money to survive. And if you don't have that, you can't make it. But back when I lived in Detroit, job situation was not good. Well, the union, they jumped into. So Detroit was a great place at one time, but the unions, they have good people there.
Yeah, we do
And
have good food.
a lot of the people from down south. Yeah.
Gotta have a job.
I don't know what the population has, it increased or decreased or what about.
No, it's decreased.
Huh?
Decreased.
Increased.
Mhm.
What is it, 2 million?
No, under $1 million.
Huh?
Under $1 million.
Under 1 million.
100-something million?
Under.
Under a million.
So less than.
700.
We have 2 million here.
700,000.
Yeah, it's not as many
We
as
have 2 million here.
Used to, not
Not
anymore.
anymore.
Not anymore.
A lot of people moved away to the suburbs.
Yeah, to
Oh,
the suburbs. A lot of people moved to Atlanta, to other cities.
Where y'all live in what, Southfield?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the suburb.
Right.
But we were raised in Detroit. All of us were raised in Detroit,
That's
though.
okay. I still live in Detroit.
Well, Southfield got nice on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I still live in Detroit.
You still live in
I
Detroit?
live in Detroit. Yeah, I do.
You have a nice place?
I do. I have a nice 4-bedroom house, 3 baths, full kitchen, living room, dining room, den, that kind of thing.
How's the crime here? Is the crime?
Yeah, it's no crime. Really, we live in
She lives near Grosse Point.
I live in a subdivision.
She
they
lives near
call-
Grosse Point.
Oh,
Yes.
I live
that's different.
in a subdivision they call East English Village.
Well, the inner city Detroit, is the crime pretty high or what?
It's,
She's a former police officer.
you know what?
Who's a former police?
Right here.
Marie.
You? Oh, okay.
It's not as bad as it once was. Okay,
It's getting better.
it's getting better. I would
'Cause-
say
'cause
downtown.
now-
Our downtown is brand new.
Yeah, they
Oh,
totally.
They've called it a whole new
redone.
city downtown. They call it
Yeah.
Midtown, and there's pretty much no crime downtown. And it's one of those places that white people come to move in.
Yeah.
So the prices downtown has gone real
A
high.
lot of white
You know,
people have moved
yeah.
into downtown Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of black people live downtown?
White people.
Oh, white people.
Yeah.
They've
Yeah.
moved in, and that's where they went to.
Yeah.
And they just built up condominiums and new stores. There's not a vacant store downtown. All the old buildings, somebody is in there. Somebody is in it, and they're upstairs, they just growing out of the ground like weeds. They just everywhere, And all the buildings, they renovated them and put new windows in them, and it's just so sparkly. It's like you don't know what to do. There's no graffiti or anything. It's just
Woodward
beautiful.
Avenue is the one that runs
Yeah.
downtown.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, they put Woodward Avenue used to go all the way down to the river. They cut it off. You can't even go all the way down to the river anymore. They
And
got a park.
Condos and.
They got a park in the middle of Woodward Avenue called Campus Marshall.
Right.
They got
a
that's
park.
where we
Yeah,
a park.
matter of fact, what is it like in the middle of
It's in the
Woodward?
middle of Woodward
It's
Avenue.
they have an ice skating ring now.
Yeah, you can't go all the way down to the border. Mm-mm.
And then what is it? A little trolley. They got like a little
Little
trolley
trolley.
downtown.
Yeah.
It's so cutesy. You have to come and see it. It is so
Carrie,
cute.
Carrie lives in Southfield.
Yeah, I live in Southfield.
And Courtney lives in Redford.
Yeah. All that suburb. But
Yeah.
I got
That's okay.
if I was in Detroit, I'd live downtown.
There you go.
live
There you
downtown.
go. It's still
On
only 10
Wayne
minutes
State,
away.
on Second Avenue,
Yeah.
dorms there.
Mhm.
And,
Wayne State takes up so much land. It's just far as I can see. Both sides of Woodward, and all it is Wayne State, Wayne State, Wayne State. They've taken over the neighborhoods, built dorms and new buildings,
it's a good school.
hospitals, and it's
My doctor
libraries.
is a Wayne State doctor.
Yeah,
Yeah, I went to school there. It's,
it's
I
nice.
love that
It's big
school.
now.
Yeah.
It's grown a lot.
Yeah. Yep, my black doctor is from Wayne State University.
Mm-hmm. They got great medical school.
Oh yeah.
It really do.
He's awesome.
That's the one thing I think they're really known for. Law. They have a good law school and they have a good medical school.
Pops, do me a favor.
Huh?
Before you go to bed every night, I want you to pray for me and my whole family.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Every night. Will
Okay.
you do that for me?
Oh,
Thank you.
yeah.
Say Dad should be back in any minute now.
Okay. Yeah. Ken is on his way back with the food. We're gonna eat, but Ken is gonna be back with the food in a few minutes.